Hey, Ryan, Ryan talked about that touchdown run and maybe not doing his assignment correctly. Can you describe where that was supposed to go and what he did there?
Oh yeah, no, it's just a small detail in terms of his alignment.
No.
Those type of things.
No.
This isn't 25 years ago, the Division I AA. I mean, look, go to an App State game, go to a Troy.
Adam, can you mute that?
It was more of just an alignment and style of run, and so that's all it really was. Not a big deal, but not exactly the way we drew it up.
So was he supposed to go left, or was it just a cut that he could have done differently?
Probably could have aligned a little bit different. I'll put it that way.
Okay, thanks, Ryan.
No problem.
We'll go next to Jared Smalley. Jared?
Ryan, a question about, obviously, we don't know whether Thibodeau is going to play in this game, but even beside him, you look at their defensive alignment, and there's so much talent there. A bunch of 4 and 5 stars and at linebacker with Sewell and with Flo. I'm just wondering how you would describe the challenge of just trying to establish a consistent run game this week and the resistance you think you're going to meet in that.
Yeah, I think when you play against a very good defense like we're about to play, you have to understand, especially against a matchup opponent like Oregon is for us, that we have to play a field position game at times. We're going to have to make sure that we understand that going in, and just see how the game plays out. But it's a very talented group. We're going to have to do a really good job with identifying where they are, where they're coming from, and then we're going to have to stay on block. So we have to take care of the football and stay on schedule. This is as athletic and as fast a defense as we've played in a long time.
All right, we'll go next to Brendan Gulick, Buckeyes Now on SI.
Coach, I want to ask you about managing the emotions of this weekend. First time playing back at home and in front of a big crowd, and you've got to try to stay true to your game plan, and having guys just sort of manage the adrenaline that comes with all of that. How quickly in a game does that wear off? And what are some of the effects that you think can come from being too pumped up or not being focused perhaps the way you need to if you're early in a game with big stakes?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the term we use is you have to play with emotion, but you can't let emotion play with you, which means, if you're letting that emotion affect your play, then it's a disadvantage. And so whether it's playing on the road in front of a hostile crowd or playing at home for the first time in a long time with our crowd, we can't ride that roller coaster. We have to stay focused on the task at hand. It's going to be a hot day. It's going to be a long game. And so, we have to come out and play as hard as we've ever played. And that's one of the challenges, to play with relentless, unbelievable effort in this game. Certainly have to do a good job with the scheme and understanding, how we need to attack in all 3 phases, but we have to play with unbelievable effort. And in order to do that, it's going to take 4 quarters. And, we have to, understand that it's not just going to happen in the first, 5 minutes of the game. We're in for a battle here for 60 minutes.
All right, we'll go next to Joey Kaufman from the Dispatch. Joey.
Ryan, anything new as far as Pellier or still status quo with his waiver?
Yeah, as of right now, we got word that he got denied. So, we're going to try to figure out what's next. And obviously very, very disappointed that he wasn't granted an opportunity to play this season. So we'll kind of regroup and see what's next here.
Will he still be on the
next up?
Yeah. As of right now, yes, he is on our roster and will continue to be.
All right, we'll go to Dan Hope, 11 Warrior.
Hey, Ryan, Luke said yesterday that he's preparing to start at center this week. Have you guys made a decision on who's going to start at center this week?
We played a couple different guys, and we'll continue to roll guys. And I think Luke's ready to start. I thought he did a really good job in the first game. This will be a new challenge. They play with a 0 nose, and so they'll have somebody lined up on him, and that'll be a new thing for him, a new opportunity for him to grow. So we'll see as we get closer to the game how we'll shake it all out. But I thought he's had a good week of practice.
All righty, next up, Tim May, Letterman Row.
Yeah, Ryan, as we sit here on a Thursday, do you have any can you give us any kind of hint or clue of what your starting defensive secondary is going to look like on Saturday?
We'll have, we'll continue to rotate guys. We're not going to get into details on who's starting and all those type of things, but I think that we will play depth. I think we'll need to play depth. I think that we'll probably plan on playing somewhere between 70 and 80 plays on defense. So that will happen, but we also want to try to find a rhythm, and find a chemistry back there as well.
Yeah.
So that's the balance that we're working on as we head into this thing.
All righty, next up, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Hi, Ryan. We got a glimpse of Travion last week. Have you seen that kind of stuff from him in practice, and what do you foresee his role developing into?
I don't know exactly what the role is going to end up looking like. He's going to play a lot of football. We've seen big playability in him. He only had a couple touches here the other night. Wish we had gotten more for a lot of guys, but he's got to continue to build on it and grow. Shown that big playability though.
All righty, we'll go next to Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
Hey, Ryan. JT Tuimoloau played a pretty big contingent of snaps in the first game, and I think especially compared to what Jack was able to play. How much of that was a reflection of that opponent and what Minnesota does up front, and how much of it was a reflection of just how far JTT has come in a short amount of time?
Probably a little bit of both. I think that he has done a good job. I think he's very conscientious, and he can take meetings to field very, very quickly, according to Larry Johnson. And so he's very conscientious, and so he'll continue to build. I think he and Jack Sawyer both have an opportunity to play as true freshmen here and have significant roles.
All righty, we'll wrap up the lightning round with Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
Ryan, CJ's touchdown passes last week were all pretty explosive plays, but they all required the receiver to, do something, do a lot with it after the catch, especially when both of Chris's. How have you seen him maybe improve in that aspect? Because that seemed like it was something that was new that we hadn't seen from him in the past 2 seasons, is what he's able to do after he catches the ball.
Yeah, I think one of the emphasis for Chris coming into this season was run after catch, taking care of the football. I think that was something that, he felt like coming off of last year was something he needed to really work on. And so to seek, for a first game, a couple of big plays, run after catch was encouraging. And so again, just a start for him, but good to see. He's got to continue to take care of that ball. And when you take care of the ball with great ball security, then you can have confidence in running through and forcing guys to tackle you. So hopefully more to come here as we head into this next game.
When you've got a new starting quarterback, is that more of an emphasis on the receiving core? Is maybe making a few more plays than they've had to in the past from that aspect?
If you try to go make plays, it doesn't usually work. You just try to, trust your technique and trust the scheme and play really, really hard. But it is good to have experienced guys around you in all areas.
Thanks.
All right, we got time for 1 or 2 more. If anyone has any follow-ups, go ahead.
This is Tim May. Ryan, I know you don't give you don't talk about this till you get an availability report later, but is Josh Proctor looking encouraging, I guess, headed for Saturday?
Yeah, I try not to. I know you want to ask those questions about guys, but I try to stay away from all of that. You just don't know how guys are going to continue to work during the week. So, we'll see as we get closer to the game.
Do you have a backup quarterback now? Have you named a backup quarterback?
No, still haven't done that. Still a work in progress. I'd like to sit here and tell you that I think that we do have one. But again, we'll continue to build on this. It's a long way to January, and hopefully, guys start to separate themselves in that area.
All right, Dan Hope, 11 Warriors.
Yeah, Ryan, just wanted to follow up regarding Nayo Teote. Did the NCAA give you any reasoning about why they didn't approve his appeal, or is it kind of not something they give you?
Really just what I know is that it was denied, and we're going to look back into it and see if there possibly could be some sort of an appeal or not. But we're trying to put a plan together for what's next for him.
And last question to Nathan Baird.
I just wanted to ask about the tactical eligible play with Donovan Jackson. Just why was he the choice to be in that position, and how do you expect to use that going forward?
He's very, very athletic. I mean, he can run routes, he can catch balls, he can block, he can do a lot of different things. And for a young guy, we thought that he was a guy we wanted to get on the field. And so, he able to get a couple reps under his belt. We'll continue to do that if he continues to practice the way he does.
All righty, coach. Thank you. We'll talk to you after the game Saturday.
All right. Thanks, guys.
I'll sit with Ryan here.